We've made this film so you can see exactly what the Youth Associates do.
It's about how do we deliver that in such a way but we're still quite constructive. So we don't want to be saying to youth workers, your centre's rubbish.
The Youth Associates is a 12-month project for young people waiting to become actively involved with improving services for young people in Richmond.
We underwent a series of training exercises in which we learned about
conducting interviews,
equality and diversity,
child protection,
structuring questionnaires,
and many more useful life skills.
The idea of the associates was to involve a team of young people who would go into those youth centres as young people and from their perspective to carry out inspections and make recommendations about how those youth centres could improve.
We then presented this information to the lead worker along with the scores we gave the centre. We re-inspected each centre 2 to 3 months after the first one. This gave us the chance to see if they had made any improvements.
In this training, we learnt about the importance of youth work and how people's needs are supported. The training gave us the skills, confidence and understanding to be able to create a project and carry out the work of inspecting services.
Why did you become an associate?
To help with my special needs and other people's special needs.
It seemed like a great opportunity to become more involved in the local borough.
It'll be a good experience, I feel. So you learn new stuff, you can gain confidence, it could be good for CVs, like interview skills, teamwork.
Well, the reason I joined this project is because I want to make a real life difference.
What do you feel that you have learned from being an associate?
From being the associate, I learnt that young people can have a voice in the way they want to change their community.
I think I've learned to be more responsible and make sure that I don't let the team down.
Our involvement is valued as we know we can make a real difference to services for other young people.
It's about giving something back to the community.
Kingston give young people a voice in 2 ways. The first way is Kingston's Youth Council. Kingston Youth Council is members of the youth in Kingston working on behalf of their local school or their local area. And the second way is Kingston's Care for and Foster Council, which is a care council for young people who are in foster care or just leaving care.
You alright, mate?
Yeah.
How's it going, Dan? You're not too bad. Where are you off to?
I'm off to KCFC.
What's that?
It's Kingston's Care for and Foster Council.
Sounds similar to something I do, mate.
Well, what's your gap about?
Cool, it's KYC, Kingston
that?
Youth Council.
What do you do there?
Just give people, like the young people in Kingston, a voice, really.
Well, that's what I do in mine, but I give the people who looked after a voice.
Alright, mate, I best leave you to it. Take it easy.
Give us a call. One of the highlights for KCSC last year was the Achievement Awards. The Achievement Awards were set in Cheshunt Model Adventures Holiday Inn, and we were there to identify all the achievements of the looked after children.
Every year, KYC have a manifesto. In 2013, our manifesto campaign was to NUS. We asked them if they could extend their current discount card scheme from the ages of 16 to 18 to 11 to 15. Originally, we'd done this by asking secondary school students in a questionnaire out of 10 possible manifesto points which one was the most favoured. NUS one was the most successful. Then we set up a Facebook page and started doing petitions to see how many signatures and likes we could get. On the 4th of March, NUS visited us and we delivered our pitch to them.
By signing up to this card, it will enable them to, as well as being more inclined to purchase more goods from the high street, they will also be liberated and become more, shall we say, independent adults.
Has the NUS Extra card is now sort of online and in store, or is it just going to be one or the other?
I'm thinking if Mark was to send over the list of the 160 businesses that are currently on the scheme, if we were to single out and tally up and see what businesses are most friendly to people of those ages, and then present it to schools and see what they think.
Yeah. I think it would be more beneficial to everyone involved if the card was maybe for the under-16s. It could possibly be limited to just in-store use.
We are currently waiting for a decision on whether our campaign was successful or not.
2013, we had our first fully elected democratic Richmond Youth Council election. Every secondary school pupil, every Year 6 pupil and everyone who used youth centres had the opportunity to vote. 13,500 young people voted. This is the largest young people's voting turnout in the borough. Who said young people are not interested in politics?
I'm here today to offer specialist training to support the candidates. We've got over 50 young people here who want to stand in the election.
In order to become a candidate, you had to undergo training including how to create a manifesto, public speaking and presenting new ideas.
I think I learnt quite a few things because at the start I didn't even know what a manifesto was.
One of my favourite things about the Youth Parliament is the fact that I've got essential free rein and you can do any sort of project you want to.
Hi, my name's EJ. I'm the chair of Richmond Youth Council. I'm Richmond Borough's specialist LGBT representative and I'm part of the Emotional Health and Wellbeing Working Group. Richmond Youth Council is about giving everyone a voice. The thing I'm most passionate about is the Young Carers Project, an interest that stems from personal experience. We are raising awareness of young carers through peer research, and the end result of this will be a workshop which we will present to pastoral carers with the aim of supporting young carers and identifying them where possible. Key priority areas are improving young people's emotional health and well-being, physical health and tackling risky behaviour.
There's also the Safeguarding Young People's Board, which works in partnership with the LSCB, and there is also the Scrutiny panel. The Scrutiny panel meets once every 4 weeks and discusses issues that affect young people and then produces a scrutiny report on these issues to present to the council. Currently they're looking at careers advice in the schools and how students at the schools interpret this advice and how they think it could be improved. And now we're going to see a clip of them interviewing some head teachers as part of that project.
Promotes a lot more dedication to the subject if they find out.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that with
Yeah.
GCSE
Yeah.
results and careers advice?
Yeah.
What you said about collecting feedback from pupils in your evaluation,
Yeah.
how do you put that into use, I should say?
Access to qualified careers advice. If they all write no or strongly disagree,
Yeah.
then we'll say, right, we haven't done enough on that this year, so we'll change it for next year to make sure.
There's a school help people find work experience.
Yes. We, again, like Greycourt, we have some decisions to make because it used to be compulsory, it used to be a 2-week placement.
I was being bullied because people saw me as being different to them. People didn't like me in my school and sometimes they would attack me. Even now, I wonder why he did that to me. They bullied me for 4 years. Then when I left school, they went to the same college as me and the bullying carried on.
What I discovered through talking, which I hadn't realised before, was that I was basically really angry about my dad, who left us when I was 3 and married someone else. I hardly saw him when I was growing up, and I felt like he didn't care about me. His new family were more important. The more I talked about him, the more stuff there was that came out, and my anger began to make sense. My counsellor was really helpful.
So what happens if you're struggling with the way you feel about your life and you felt sad, depressed or anxious for a while? Is there someone you can talk to in confidence?
Many young people suffer from a range of mental health issues, including depression, OCD, anxiety and eating disorders.
I would come home and just go in my room. I didn't want to eat or see any of my friends. I found out later that one of my mum's sisters had suffered from something called anorexia, but I had no idea what it meant at the time. My mum dragged me to all these clinics and made me speak to all these doctors and specialists.
KCSE is a small group of young people that aims to improve the lives of children who are in care. We improve the lives of young children in care by getting people who are from care to talk about the needs of them on behalf of everyone living in the Kingston Borough who are also looked after. In other words, KCSE gives you a chance to have your voice.
KCFC, we've been given the chance to voice our direct opinions to what we want. So an example of this, we've been given the chance several times to interview candidates for different positions within the system.
Good afternoon, because it is actually afternoon now, even though we're supposed to start at 11:30. But good afternoon and welcome to Kingston's 4-year plan. Now I know it says 4-year plan, but all the stuff in this is actually what we're going to do in the next year. And the objectives are probably going to stay the same, but it's just the details around them which we're going to change as we develop as a group, and we've changed stuff. Oh, no one found that funny? Okay. It's identification, invitation, interrogation. So the identification is what's happening around the Children and Young People's Plan.
One of the other things that KCFC do are monthly events. The reason we do these monthly events is because we would like other young children that are in care to know that they're not the only person in care. Currently we do youth club days, or we go out on trips up and down the country. The other reason why we do these monthly events is because we'll be able to consult with young people about the matters that we have, and we are able to recruit more members to KCFC.
Every year the youth workers take away the youth council for a business away day. Last year we met at a group at the Holiday Inn in Chesington and we discussed our priorities for the year ahead. As a result of this, we then came up with our 2013 action plan.
I really look forward to working with Achieving for Children because it means that both Richmond and Kingston can get involved in some innovative projects together, we can share resources, and I think it's potentially a really fantastic opportunity.